I've got the best job in the world in the best place in the world. My name's Aaron Bond. I'm Senior Ranger on Mare or Murray Island. To me, being a ranger means conserving our natural environment and our culture for our younger generations, making sure it's still there and it's still alive for them to practice. Some of the differences I've seen in this community, in the ranger program, are there aren't as many weeds anymore on the island. So our turtle and dugong resources are being managed sustainably since the ranger program and since the management plan has been put in place in our community. So I think the community feels that they need rangers on the island, that rangers are a key part of the community. So some of the things we can do, the other stakeholders on the island can't. And so I believe that the community thinks that the rangers are a valuable asset.
Tech. It is really important that we should start now, record everything, not here on the island, in TI and mainland Australia. I think it's important to start recording information, otherwise the more fellows gone, there's no more. I think it is really important.
There's a lot of changes that's come out of this, out of the ranger program since it started. More awareness in the communities of our natural resources, being more aware of turtles and dugongs, which is the big thing, but then even going into trees and animals in the bush.
I can only say good things about the program. In the islands it means a great deal, particularly for rangers to take control of looking after the environment. Because for so long, since time began, our people were the first people to look after our islands. And so the ranger program is a complementary service to what was done before. And for them to take pride in their community, I think it's the best thing that can happen. That management of those species, the turtle and dugong, is very important for the sustainability of where we want to be as a nation, where we want to be as teaching our children about the cultural environment, particularly of dugong and turtle, because it's part of our history, it's part of our totem, and what better way to be working closely with rangers to have that involvement from community to make sure that it's there for us today and towards the future.
I'm Aaron Ketchell. I'm the Senior Ranger at Erub, for Erub's out in the Eastern Cluster. I've been a ranger since for I think five years now. For a ranger is to do a lot of diving for community freezer, trochus and crayfish, beach demur. Then started working for the council as a water officer. Kind of means a lot to me because I get to work outside on my island, on the land and out in sea, which is pretty special. And all the knowledge that I receive from this job, I can pass it down to all my nephews and all the young ones. That's what makes it special for me.
I can express my more happy. Since I've been in Darnley, I'm 75 years old. And I never look people who walk the range, I clean up the beaches, all the waste isn't gone, they got to do good, very good work, very excellent. You can complain when we clean up here, not even on here, the cemetery on further up we another place there called Maga, another area. We go there after. Yeah. The ranger, well, I can say how I appreciate over 75 years, one of the rains I do. Here, arrow. The cleaner arrow, all them. I can say anymore, but I saw. Thank you, them ranger, for their work, for the effort they put in here. Especially these Belize here, Camus Belize.
Well, another work here, air ranges, doing with aero is erosion control. We try with do some. The main idea is for stop some of the silt and soil and encourage them grass for grow back so they can do the job instead of the silt traps. So we try few methods this year. Use the silt trap with the wires and tie them up to them star pickets. You got they call it a coir log. It's made out of a big net made out of coconut fiber, and got coconut chips inside. They roll it up, come out like a long log, soft log, and you just lay it across where the water runs. As long as it gets that area level, so it stops the force of the water flowing and it sinks down rather than flowing up.
Auntie, you got one match up.
Oh, right. Oh, look at this.
Looks like a
That's
good one.
fantastic. Oh, Nancy, come and have a look at this. I like the bit of orange trimming on it, eh?
How are you?
Oh, and there's no holes in it? Now, what would you like to make out of it? You know, you had this net and you found it. Oh, I could make a... Oh, it'd be good for a shark, wouldn't it? Nice colour for a shark. Yeah. A big shark.
But we picked it up from Misa
Yeah.
on our turtle survey.
Oh, right.
So that was in December we picked it up.
Yeah, I mentioned to you if you saw any nets out there to bring them back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks very much for collecting it.
Stephen Island is a very small island community, about 38 square hectares all up. A population of about 50 people, constantly fluctuated every now and then, given the fact because of the isolation of the community where we have no airfield, no access to fixed-winged aircraft. The only way in and out of the island is either by helicopter or by boat. The biggest change I would see is the weed eradication work or control work with Lucina on the island. Like I said, the seed was first brought here by one of the locals years ago for traditional beadwork, and it was very much in demand. They loved the Lucina seeds. It's the kind of thing that, unfortunately for us, given the rich volcanic soil, we didn't have no idea that Lucina would be such a pest. And because we had no range, I only started in 2012, and you can imagine by that time there were forests all over this island. Major parts of the island were completely covered with it. Because it's a very, very big difference, and it's something that I'm, and the majority of the community, I guess, just straightforward proud of. It's the kind of thing, it's the small things that they say when they tell you it's nice to feel the fresh air again. It's nice to see all these trees are gone, and we can actually see the ground again. And it's a big difference. I know, because at the times working there, it was only me, myself and I. And it was something that would have never happened if I didn't have the support of the greater ranger team behind me, and the support of the LSMU, of course. And I guess I can never really say enough to thank them on behalf of the community. So we're going to be doing that again this year too, and there's going to be more planting in the garden. We'll also be doing things like planting manota, But I don't know things like that will be doing that in the garden over here. So that's something exciting people for me too. So we'll be doing that over the school garden now. As you can see, the school garden is just there. There's a space on the side. That's where your traditional garden will be. Yes. Last but not least, I'd just like to say to all of my ranger team out there, it's always been a pleasure to work with you, Mop. I'd just like to say big yes, so like I said, for the differences made in my community. It's something that would never be possible without the help of such an awesome team. And all I can say is to all my ranger families out there is to keep up the good work, and by all means, keep on going, keep that head up, and always remember that's how we roll.